Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, we got another update on what's going on with the free Wendy drama. Listen, there was a dramatic showdown in the hospital, and sources are saying that Sabrina Peterson came one shot away from getting physical. That's how much fear she had that her reign of terror over Wendy was over. On top of that, they're saying Wendy Williams is fighting to hire a new attorney to join her lawyer now, Sadadu Salami, as they battle the end of guardianship. But get this, Wendy's guardian saying there is no money for Wendy to defend herself, but there's all the money in the world for Wendy to pay for Sabrina's. Yeah. They're demanding that Wendy pay for Sabrina's lawyers. What's the lawyer Sabrina is using Wendy's money for? Well, Wendy's suing Sabrina for being an abusive guardian. Wendy is suing Sabrina's law firm for allowing her to be an abusive guardian. And get this, Sabrina is suing Lifetime on Wendy's dime. All this is Wendy's paying for because Lifetime painted Sabrina in a bad way. What does Sabrina's own personal lawsuits have to do with Wendy's money? But yet they are saying that they do not want Wendy to be able to actually, they're saying they don't want Wendy to be able to actually use her own money to defend herself. Baby, where do we get into? First, let's talk about this showdown, right? An insider close to Wendy Williams and her lawyer provided more details on the night Wendy was admitted to the hospital on March 10th and alleged that Sabrina Morrissey, her guardian, tried to have her discharged back to the facility before Wendy could even get care. The source also states that Wendy's guardian's attorney that Wendy's paying for and her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, were both at the hospital with Wendy's, but refused to interact or even speak with Wendy, yet claimed they were there to look over Wendy and make sure she got the care she needed. And they are saying there was a showdown that was so epic and screaming. Sabrina tried to get the police involved. She tried to accuse them of doing whatever they could, but since she was in a medical facility, they had nowhere to go. At the end of the day, she also couldn't use that tired line they've been using with Wendy, basically saying, oh my God, Wendy, she just has like mental issues and she's not even cognitive. They couldn't use that excuse because there were trained psychiatrists saying, Miss, stop. We just evaluated her. Like, be for real, for real. Anyway, let's get back into this. They said Wendy's team told the hospital that their client has a fundamental human right to refuse to be discharged to an unsafe environment. The guardian wanted her to be returned to the senior living facility on the locked floor. What does that mean? The whole fifth floor she's on, she cannot leave the fifth floor, touch an elevator or the stairwell without an employee okaying it, which means that her caregiver, her guardian, Sabrina, needs to be okay if Wendy even wants to go downstairs and have a sip of water or lay in the sun. They're saying the guardian wanted her to be returned to the senior living facility on the locked floor, but Wendy and her attorney told the hospital she didn't want that and doesn't believe it's safe. So the hospital kept her overnight while her attorney tried to get an alternative plan approved. The insider also said that Sabrina tried to interfere with her mental evaluation in a crazy showdown. People are saying that showdown is why Wendy was being mentally evaluated. She started screaming, yelling, banging on the door. She tried to remove Wendy physically. She tried to do everything, and she tried to intimidate the psychiatrists that were evaluating her, saying they were breaking the law. Fortunately for us, the psychiatrist in Lenox Hill was like, if you don't move out the way. Again, Sabrina did everything and anything humanly possible to physically stop the evaluation. And it was crazy. It was unkempt. But do you know what I think it was? I think it was a woman that realized that the grift is up, that the con is up. And a woman that realized that if Wendy did receive that evaluation, everything that they lied to us about would be exposed. Oh, what were the lies? Oh, she has severe dementia, her frontal lobe, all this stuff. I get it, but it's now being excused that we cannot believe, it's exposed that we cannot believe a word Sabrina Peterson has to say or anything from those mental evaluations, anything at all. And she knew it. I believe that she knew in her heart of hearts that if Wendy got this evaluation, everything would crumble. And not just Wendy, but the thousands of people that judge and the law firm and that guardianship and Sabrina have also done this too. Sabrina was just sued by a man for this exact same thing. And guess what? Sabrina lost. Anyway, listen, Wendy Williams' attorney is covered in the blood of Christ and is going on the good fight, but they need some help. Wendy Williams is fighting for the right to hire a new attorney so she can have two attorneys because, again, she's going against a whole law firm. She's going against that corrupt guardian, and she's going against the judge. She's going against the whole system that thought they buried her. She needs extra help. They are now saying that Wendy cannot use her own money to get another lawyer. Listen, Wendy has zeroed in on one attorney in particular she wants to bring on. But first, right, she has to make the request in a hearing for a judge that literally, just to remind you, if you didn't see my other video, a hearing that literally said, I don't like Wendy's attitude. Yes, she used that coded language. I don't like her attitude. And if she keeps talking, I'm moving her to an even more restrictive thing. Who are you? You are a judge. You are not God. Now you're going to put her in more restrictive because the goal isn't her mental health. It's to get her to shut up. Baby, first of all these women look alike. And baby, your days are numbered. But let's get into this, okay? So she has to go into a request in that hearing. They said there will be a linking hearing to try to determine if Wendy is mentally capable of hiring her own attorney. After that, the judge would still have to approve the selection. Really quick, if you guys don't know what a Lincoln hearing is, it's usually used in family law cases, particularly with child custody disputes, but it can be used in mental health. The gist is it's in a confidential setting. The hearing takes place in judges' chambers rather than in an open court. There are no attorneys present. There's judge and maybe even a possible court reporter, right? And it's supposed to be in the best interest of the person. But basically, the judge performs their own assessment to see if there's any truth or lies into what's being said. Let's hope this linking hearing is performed in front of a different type of judge. Listen. So after that, I believe the judge would also, when Wendy said that, the other attorney would have to come in and present themselves to the judge, and the judge would have to approve or deny. I don't know about this, because if this is the same judge, let's also not forget this is the same judge that when Kevin Sr. got his lawyer involved to see if he could save his child support checks, alimony checks, in my opinion. Let's also not forget that the judge said that if Kevin's lawyer said a word to Wendy, she would have her disbarred. Yeah, I know. Listen, after that, the judge would still have to approve the selection. An insider added, despite reports that high-powered attorney Joe Tacopino may be brought on, Wendy has decided to go in a different direction after talks with the legal TV personality this past weekend. See, I don't know how to feel about that. Like, Joe Tacopino, not only is he really good, but he got that Rock Nation heat. He got that pressure. However, I didn't know Jay-Z and Beyonce were that cool with Wendy. Maybe Wendy was like, nah, this is a setup. I'm just saying, Wendy talked a lot of trash about Jay-Z and Beyonce, but then again, I don't know. Fair is fair. Listen, again, just in case you guys don't know, there's a lot going on with Wendy and her attorneys. Wendy also fired her co-counsel, Linda Radlitsky, after she allegedly failed to file paperwork seeking to end the guardianship, something her new lawyer has taken up. Again, Sadoto is a court-appointed attorney and has been representing Wendy since the start of her guardianship back in 2022. So you can't even say this lawyer is just being opportunistic and wants to take advantage of Wendy. No, this lawyer was court-appointed. They're just mad that the lawyer is actually doing what he was appointed to do. The legal eagle has nearly 2 decades of experience in New York family law. On Tuesday, Sodeto filed an emergency petition to remove the daytime TV icon from her senior living facility in New York City after she passed the mental evaluation on Monday with flying colors. Sources close to Wendy exclusively revealed to The Sun that the former daytime TV star spent the night at the local hospital after being admitted following the welfare check, if you guys remember. Again, what do you guys think of this? Don't forget, there's also an Adult Protective Services investigation. Wendy's guardian sent her to visit her father in Florida, with a credit card that had no available funds. It remains unclear how this alleged mistake occurred. They said this is why adult social service protection was actually triggered. I know Sabrina was trying to be ignorant. You can't tell me her guardian was not trying to be ignorant, but baby, it blew up in her face. They said the guardian gave her a credit card with no funds when she went to Miami. During her trip to see her father in Miami last month for his birthday, the credit card given to her by Sabrina was declined and someone else had to pay for her purchases. Wendy has been vocal about her discontent with the restrictive guardianship arrangement, repeatedly criticizing the senior care facility for not just being a luxury prison, but again, it's between $16,000 and $18,000 a month. They are running up her profits. They are running up everything she has. Don't forget, Sabrina also claimed that she was broke. Anyway, Wendy's attorney has formally filed a petition to end the restrictive legal arrangement. The petition seems to conflict with recent legal filing by her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, in the Lifetime case involving the Where is Wendy Williams' documentary. However, the filing concluded with an ominous note. The guardian has no intention of pursuing litigation in the highly unlikely event that the new medical examination determines that Wendy Williams has the mental capacity to manage the A&E matter. Sabrina thought this little scam would never come to an end. Baby, yeah, it is time for everybody to be held accountable for what they did. Listen, let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.